Hey guys, Christian Babcock here of The Hunter's Advantage. In today's video, we're back again with a quick archery tip video. If you're shooting a wrist strap release and you make this one change, I can promise you're going to dramatically increase your archery accuracy. Let me show you how. Now, I'm not an archery expert, but one of the things that I see consistently wrong with new archers and experienced archers alike is a release barrel that is way too long. These releases, these modern wrist-style releases, come with a lot of adjustability nowadays, which means you can lengthen the barrel of the release or short depending on your hand preference, how big your hand is, and how you like to feel it. But a lot of people don't take advantage of this adjustability and they leave the release on the same settings as when they got it out of the box. Let me tell you why that's not right. So what do I mean when I say the release barrel is too long for you? When you are at full draw and you have your bow anchored, the barrel is long enough where you can only touch the tip of your finger to the release. You cannot wrap your entire finger around, like I would consider correct form. You can only reach the very tip of the release. If the goal is to apply constant back pressure and achieve that surprise shot, you cannot do that by applying pressure with the tip of your finger. It's way too sensitive of a part of the body, and there's not a way to apply consistent pressure on the tip of your finger in a predictable way. And since a lot of the application of pulling through your shot comes from your back muscles, there's no way to engage your back when you're using the tip of your finger to fire your shot. And a symptom that I see from a lot of people when they're shooting their bows, when they're using the tip of their finger to fire the shot, what happens a lot is as soon as you see that pin on the target where you want it to be, you have a very high likelihood of just punching the trigger. So just slamming the tip of that finger on that release and hoping the arrow finds its mark. What that can do is it can lead to a lot of problems down the road. Not only are you not getting a consistent break on your release, you're also going to probably develop some form of target panic because you're not having a predictable, repeatable process when you're shooting your bow. So you may be wondering, why do professional archers and elite bow hunters use back tension releases a lot of the time, whether they're shooting targets or in hunting applications? The reason for that is the most consistent way to fire your bow time after time and be accurate is through firing your release with back tension. But we can achieve the same motion with our wrist strap release just by making a couple of adjustments. The first one of those adjustments being taking your screw, and a lot of these releases take an Allen wrench, unscrewing it, shortening the barrel to where the achieved goal is to be able to wrap your entire finger, your entire index finger around the release. I like to make sure the pit, that middle crease of my finger, is directly in contact with the trigger. That's where I feel most comfortable. You may want it a little more deeper, or you might want it a little shallower. But for me, I like it right in the second crook of my index finger, and I have that finger entirely wrapped. And we're able to achieve a lot when we shorten that barrel. What we can do is now, since the barrel is shorter, we can wrap our entire index finger around the release. It's harder to engage it by punching it. Now what you have to do is when you're in full draw and you have your anchor points, you can start to apply that back pressure, pulling as if there was a shelf behind you. Trying to put your elbow on a shelf directly behind you, you're going to start to engage this mid-back muscle right here under your shoulder blade. When you feel that getting tight, you just continue to apply pressure, pull like you're putting your elbow on a shelf behind you, and that shot is going to break off and it's going to surprise you. The first few times you do this is going to be extremely scary and you might miss the target, but I promise this is the best for long-term consistent results. I'm not saying this is going to be an easy fix or it's going to fix your problems with accuracy overnight, but the compounding effect of practice and a consistent, repeatable process is going to make you a more accurate archer. Like I said earlier, I'm Christian Babcock from The Hunter's Advantage, and on The Hunter's Advantage channel, we do quick tips, gear reviews, and a ton of different hunting content. If you're a hunter and you like these kind of videos, consider subscribing to the channel. It would mean the world to us. Turn the bell notifications on, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.